Picture this. You work 40 years. You show up. You clock in. You give your best years to a company, to a system, to a country. And when you finally turn 65, you expect to stop. To rest. To live. That is the deal. That was always the deal. Except nobody told you the deal was cancelled. The average American needs $1.2 million to retire comfortably. The average American has $87,000 saved. That is not a gap. That is a canyon. And it was not created by bad luck or laziness or avocado toast. It was engineered deliberately, systematically, by the people who were supposed to protect your future. This is American Receipts. And today, we are exposing the retirement heist. Let us start with the scale of this disaster. According to the Federal Reserve's 2023 survey of consumer finances, 56% of Americans have less than $50,000 saved for retirement. Not enough for 2 years of living expenses in most cities. 37% of Americans have absolutely nothing saved. Zero. And for the people closest to retirement, Americans aged 55 to 64, the median retirement savings is just $87,000. The recommended amount for that age group? At minimum, $750,000. They are 900% behind. But here is the part that will make you angry. This is not happening because Americans are bad with money. The median American household earns $74,000 a year. They are not rich, but they are not broke. So where did the retirement money go? The answer starts in 1980. In 1980, 60% of American private sector workers had a pension. A real pension. Defined benefit. Meaning your employer promised you a guaranteed monthly payment for the rest of your life when you retired. You did not have to think about the stock market. You did not have to manage investments. You showed up, you worked, and retirement was handled. Then Congress passed a small provision in the Revenue Act of 1978. Section 401k. It was designed as a tax loophole for corporate executives. A way for high earners to defer income. Nobody intended it to replace pensions for 150 million working Americans. But corporations saw an opportunity. A pension is a liability on a company's balance sheet, they are on the hook forever. A 401k? The company makes a small matching contribution and then the risk transfers entirely to the employee. By 2023, only 15% of private sector workers still have a pension. The other 85% have a 401k, a system invented as a tax loophole that became the default retirement plan for almost every working American. And Wall Street made sure they would profit from every single dollar in it. Here is something your employer will never put in the onboarding packet. The average 401k charges fees between 0.5 and 1.5% per year. Every year. On your entire balance. That sounds small. It is not small. If you invest $100,000 at age 35 and earn 7% annually for 30 years, you end up with $760,000. Now charge just 1% in annual fees. Same money, same 30 years, same returns. You end up with $568,000. That 1% fee just cost you $192,000. Your money. Gone. And most Americans do not even know what their fees are. A 2022 survey found that 61% of 401k participants do not know the fees in their plan. Wall Street made that confusion intentional. They lobby Congress to keep fee disclosure rules weak. They design fee structures that are nearly impossible to compare. And collectively, the financial industry earns over $600 billion per year in retirement account fees. They built a system where they profit whether you win or lose. And they profit the most when you never retire at all. At least there is Social Security, right? The safety net. The thing you pay into your entire working life. The average Social Security benefit in 2024 is $1,907 per month. That is $22,800 per year. The federal poverty line for a single person is $15,000. So technically, Social Security keeps you above poverty. But just barely. In San Francisco, the average one-bedroom apartment is $3,000 a month. Your Social Security check does not even cover rent. And it gets worse. The Social Security Trust Fund will be depleted by 2033. That is 9 years from now. When it runs dry, benefits will be automatically cut by 23% by law, unless Congress acts. Congress has known about this since 1983. 40 years. They have done nothing. Why? Because fixing Social Security means either raising taxes on the wealthy, the top earners stop paying Social Security tax on anything above $168,000, or cutting benefits. Neither option is politically popular. So they do nothing. And the clock keeps ticking. Let us do the math that Wall Street and your HR department never show you. To retire at 65 with $50,000 a year for 25 years, you need $1.25 million saved. To reach $1.25 million by 65, starting at 25, saving in a 401k with average returns, you need to save $1,200 every single month for 40 years. The median American take-home pay after taxes is about $4,800 per month. After rent, food, healthcare, childcare, transportation, and student loans, the average American has $300 to $500 left at the end of the month. The math does not work. It has never worked. Financial advisors tell you to cut your lattes. As if a $5 coffee 3 times a week, $780 a year, is why you cannot save $1,200 a month. The system was not built for you to retire. It was built for you to keep working until you die. Behind every statistic is a person. Americans over 65 are the fastest growing segment of the working population, not because they love their jobs, but because they cannot afford to stop. 19% of Americans over 65 are still working. Many of them are working in physically demanding jobs: retail, warehousing, food service, with bodies that are 65 years old. Meanwhile, the number of elderly Americans experiencing food insecurity has doubled since 2020. 11 million Americans over 60 are living in poverty. And medical bills are the final trap. The average American couple retiring today will need $315,000 just for healthcare costs in retirement, not including long-term care. Medicare does not cover dental. It does not cover vision. It does not cover hearing aids. The people who spent their lives paying into the system are being nickeled and dimed by it at the end. Here is where things stand in 2024. The retirement crisis is accelerating. Gen X, the generation now in their late 40s and 50s, is the most financially unprepared for retirement in modern American history. They entered the workforce just as pensions were being eliminated. They lived through 3 major financial crashes: 2000, 2008, and 2020. Their home values exploded, but so did their cost of living. Millennials are behind Gen X at the same age. And Gen Z is starting their careers with student loan debt that previous generations did not have. Meanwhile, the billionaire class, the people who already have more money than they can spend in 10 lifetimes, are lobbying to cut Social Security and reduce corporate retirement contribution requirements. Because a workforce that cannot retire is a workforce that cannot bargain. When you are desperate, you accept whatever wage you are offered. That is not a conspiracy theory. That is labor economics. So here is what actually happened. Corporations eliminated guaranteed pensions to cut costs and transfer risk onto workers. Congress allowed it and wrote the tax code to benefit 401k providers. Wall Street designed the system to extract fees from every retirement account in America. Congress underfunded Social Security for decades and refused to raise the tax cap on the wealthy. And the people who promised you a retirement quietly moved the goalposts while you were busy working. You did not fail to save. The system failed to let you save. The math was never in your favor. The rules were written against you before you ever sat down at the table. Now you know. This is American Receipts.